What's up, everyone? This is Jeremy with True Seekers TV, and today we're going to start the ceramic coat process on this 2021 Shelby GT500. It's a brand new car. I think it's got 2,100 miles on it. This was an old customer of mine. I've done a couple of cars for him and a couple for his brother. And he just bought this one, and so he calls me up. He says, "Hey man, I know you're living in Houston now, but can you come to Louisiana and do this car for me?" I said, "Yes sir, I can." So we're going to try to get it done in about a day and a half. I think we'll knock it out. It's already been washed. Only thing I got to do is just a decon. I'm going to clay it and just get it ready for correction. I'll check the paint and we'll scope we'll do the correction according to what the paint needs. If it's not real bad, I'm not going to get down on the car. I want to keep as much of that clear coat on this car as possible. So I'll get back with you guys on it. We'll do a little video around the car. Be right back. So this is the car. Get it to where I can get it in the view. It's a beautiful car. I've done several of these in white and that dark maroon colored red. I'm not real sure what it's called. You guys can correct me on that, on what it's called. I'm not 100% sure how good the paint's going to be. I've got some lights, but I don't have them set up yet. Not too bad. I kind of went over the car a little bit. So it's got some bug etching in it. Not a big deal. Get all that out. Either way, it's just an all-around beautiful car. He had a white one that he really loved. I ceramic coated it about 4 years ago, and so he was ready for me to do this one. All right, so what we've done here is it's a little bit dusty, so I'm just going to use some of this rinseless wash, just kind of go over it. The car's been sitting for a good while, but just going to go over it, get the dust off, then we're going to clay it, and do a paint correction according to what the paint needs. I don't think it's that bad, so we can get away with a two-step. And then we're going to coat this bad boy. Feeling any bonded contaminants on there, but we're gonna clay this thing out anyways. Clay's not even dirty. or something. Like some kind of a circle right there in the paint. Showed up under the haze. All right, let's get this side of the car done. Right. So we'll be back in just a little bit. We'll go ahead and knock this out, and then we'll get right to the correction process. All right, so we're down to the to our final step, and I just went over this with 3D1 and a medium heavy foam pad. The car didn't have any deep scratches in it, so there wasn't any reason to really just get down and cut on this thing with you know, an abrasive microfiber cutting pad or a DA wool pad or something like that. Just didn't need it. So I'm going to polish this out with perfect finish, and I've done the rest of the car. I figured I'd video a little bit of the process. There's not a whole lot to it. If you've seen one polishing video, you've pretty much seen them all. And this car, the paint was, it's a tad soft. I tested it a little bit. It's a tad soft, so I'm using a medium pad. This is a Lake Country Udos, and medium foam pad and Sonax Perfect Finish. So let's get this end done right here, and we'll be done with the correction on the car. Let's spread the polish out. Now, another good thing about the Pseudo's polisher is, let me line this up right here. I can line this up. Right now, I've got it on a 21 millimeter throw. I can change it to a 15 millimeter throw, and then even change it to an 8 millimeter throw. And 15 and 8 is your best for polishing. It keeps that pad from flicking out when it oscillates. A soft pad will go out and it'll just create little fine marring, and this kind of keeps that from doing that. So ideally, perfect finish will finish out till it's almost clear, and then that's when you're done. Compound wiping towel here. Put some paint prep just to check my work. Panel's not, it's not hot at all, so sometimes you don't want to do paint prep right after you correct it, because it'll soak down into the pores of the paint. That if it's hot, the heat will open up the pores of the paint. Grab a new towel. These are auto fiber towels. I don't know, 320 GSM. Not really expensive. Far so good. Looks good and clear. No DA haze. No cut swirls. I think we're good to go. So we're just going to prep this, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pull it out and actually just lightly wash the car. Make sure I got, get all the polish out of any cracks or crevices. I'm going to let the car sit overnight, and then I'll come back and paint prep it and get ready for the coating. All right, I'm back. Unfortunately, I didn't get any video really of doing the ceramic coat on the car. I got to put the topper on it, so I will show a little bit of that. My phone died, so I'd already started coating the vehicle, and while the phone was charging, I had to just go ahead and get it done. I mean, once you start, you got to get it done. But we'll do this coating topper, and what we're using is an SB3 Trinity kit. And so we've got the first 2 layers on. We're fixing to do the second layer. Fixing to do the third layer. I always put the third layer in a little spray bottle, and just makes it a whole lot easier to use. We'll need some water, and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Got my wet rag here. You want a clean wet rag, and I preferably use distilled water whenever I do this. And I'll take a little spray bottle, there's a cool little skull things, but I'll just dump this in this spray bottle, and I'm not gonna need a whole lot. It goes a long ways, and you know, it wipes off pretty easy. The SiO2 is set by the water in the rag, so just basically go over it with the damp and the formula, and then come back behind it with a dry towel or 2 dry towels, or however you prefer. Let me get this set up a little bit better. Basically what I'll do is I'll just spray this in this wet towel. And you want to spray it close. This is SiO2, so you really don't want to breathe those fumes. I'll just wipe it on there. Everybody has their own way of wiping it. Some people, oh, you're doing it wrong. Just whatever's good for you, basically. That's how I say it. As long as you get complete coverage, you're good. This stuff will flash off pretty quick. Clean towel. Buff it out. Always like to go back with a light and bright light, shine on it, make sure I don't have any swirly looking high spots or whatever. And if you get those, you can just get a damp rag, not your formula rag, but a damp rag. You just go over it and knock them right out, and come back with a dry rag. All that SiO2 and most of these coatings are humidity cured anyways, so a little bit of damp water is not going to hurt them. You don't want to wash or anything like that abrasive for like 7 days. But we're in Louisiana right now. We're at about 94% humidity, so this thing should cure up real nice in just a few days. There. Light. I just use a really bright headlamp for this. And I'll just go around. If I see any, what looks like could be a high spot or swirls, or sometimes it'll look like buffer trails. And it's blatantly obvious if you get them. So, right here. And we're good. I mean, that's basically the process. Simple. But yeah, ceramic coatings can be fun. They can be difficult, especially if you're learning. If your garage is hot, this garage, thank God, is air conditioned, so it's about 75 degrees in here. And it's not too bad. But in, you know, for the DIY guy, if you're in your garage, you got to be quick on your feet with these coatings, because they'll instant cure on you. And if they really cure, they're hard to get off. I mean, the best thing that I've known when it's happened to me is I just go back over the coating with a fresh applicator and then immediately wipe, and it works. It gets it off of there. But they'll set up, and I don't know, but let's take a look at the car. All right, so we're done. I got about a day and a half in the car. The correction process wasn't that bad, solely because it was brand new. There wasn't any big nasty scratches on it. It had a little bit of swirl in it. So, you know, I didn't get down on it hard. I didn't need to, wasn't going to. That just, you really stress the clear coat out when you do that, and you put the paint in jeopardy of failing later on down the road. Now, this car probably isn't going to see a whole lot of road time. It's going to see a little bit. Matter of fact, it's got a little chip in the windshield already, and a little rock chip right here, and I don't even know if the owner knows about that. But either way, I'll let him know. But it came out really nice. That SB3 Trinity is a really super nice coating. That is their 7-year coating. And it's a 3-layer coating. It takes a while to put on. It took me way longer to put the coating on than it did to do the correction on the car. So, and it is professional use only. You have to be certified by SB3. So, but super high gloss. Fantastic coating. If you're a professional detailer, I highly recommend that you get in touch with Scott Ward or Barry Theall at SB3 and just look into their coatings and what they offer. Fantastic stuff. All right, so that's going to wrap up this episode of True Seekers TV. That light's killing me. There we go. And we have the car's done. I'm going to clean my mess up, and I'm heading over to another customer's house to do just a detail, interior, exterior on an F-150. And then I'm going to, his father's truck, just got a brand new truck, 2022 F-150, and I'm going to do a correction and coating on that. So thank you for tuning in. God bless, and I'll be back shortly.